All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken in at the 1. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
20. Take it up.
To throw again. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ready. Back 25.
54 Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's a solid opening drive, and nothing fancy there at the end, just pounded in.
That felt like old school football, didn't it? All right, down at the goal line, and not only were they able to punch it in, as you just emphasized, they did it against a goal line defense that's stacked to stop the run. So if you're on that offensive side of the ball, you feel great about yourself right now. You're actually able to dominate a group that expected you to run the ball and still punched it in.
At their own 27-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
sting is a loss. We taking wins home.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready?
54.
You ready?
54 is mine. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go one more.
Now Ryan on first down. And able to foul down on Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
47-yard line.
Ready? You ready?
Mike's by 4. 6 man.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 2.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together, it makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Terry Poe able to record his 5th sack of the season. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Big stop, let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Takk McKinley, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. As he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stop them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And as these guys enter play in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got the hook up to the zone. Still won't go down. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Check, 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 check.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw on 3rd down. Dobbs. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Jets are out to the early lead, and we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Going to take a shot for Gallup into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Okay, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
A gain of a yard. And a Panther 1st down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Drop deep, drop deep.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Dobbs to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Carolina.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On the set. Match by 4. Here we go, here we go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Right there, 54.
On third down, Dobbs flushed out right. Wright's got it. I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point, so field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Even though they might not find a number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it with Williams. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, QB's trash. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Damian Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Squeeze, double.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 41, Dobbs. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10.
And the Panther first down.
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Complete to running. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a first and 10 from the 10. On play action, it's Dobbs. They'll buy some time right. He's going to score. Touchdown, Panthers. Joshua Dobbs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10. Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Second and 10 now. Ryan. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman. No gain on the screen there, and second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Now Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Ryan. It's caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got on that football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get it to someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Downs. And right with it here, over the middle. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 54. Mike 54. And let's pin the mirror.
Here's Dobbs to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Okay.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Dobbs. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Shut. 60 out long. 54 Mike. Bound to lose one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. That's good for 28 yards.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Panthers.
Here we go. Here we go. AC Gator. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now it's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Alan Lazard Touchdown number 20 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, get time, let's go, let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Dobbs. He's going to look deep for more. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for the Panthers. 49 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jarius Wright, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
At the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And finding the tight end Hooper. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Tuesday. We want it. Come to my
Now it's Ryan. He's going to find Gallup here complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They come out here in the eye.
Check, 59. Watch the screen. Hey, sprint play. Go.
They'll look to run with Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last 2 runs have gone nowhere, and now another showdown looming on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got most defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Right here.
Off the bootleg. Dobbs. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. 54 Mike. Target.
A handoff. McCaffrey running right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Kill.
Operating from the gun. Dobbs. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
I got him.
From the 44, Dobbs airing it out for Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Right there.
From the gun, Dobbs. Got him, and it's right. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Play action. Ryan. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. First down, Falcons. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 59, ready. You ain't got nothing. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
At the 22-yard line.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Stop me out here.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range.
53 for Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, that is caught right at the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
I don't think you got it, son.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run here with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So with a lead at 5, the book definitely says go for 2 here to try to get it to a 7-point differential. Throwing now is Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This fielded at the 2. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. That's complete to McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
On 4th down, Dobbs. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, ready.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Falcons, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.